Yo ho ho, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Don Mafia Live, your go-to show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST. Late breaking NFL news, Buffalo Bills, and accompanied by some of the finest amateur analysis on the face of the planet. Guys, listen, you know what? This morning I woke up, I was drinking my coffee, I was having my breakfast, and I got excited because I saw that Good Morning Football was on, at least to what I thought was on, but no. It seems like that they are also just going through a bunch of, how do I put this? Some of their highlights of the past season, like their top five this, their quarterback draft. So once again, I feel like this week for me has been the slowest out of the entire offseason. I haven't particularly struggled at all this offseason with finding some pretty good topics to discuss, but let's just say that training camp has really just came around the corner at the perfect time because shit, I'm not sure if I could pull random topics out of my ass for another couple of days. I think that it finally just ended up finally coming into fruition, which I am absolutely excited about, right? Training camp's good. Rookies have been there. We haven't heard anything, obviously. I know that most NFL teams just kind of want to keep that under wraps because there's going to be media coverage throughout the rest of camp. And I think that Sean McDermott, front office, wants to conserve as much anonymity and then also just try to be as discreet as possible while they can. Because the second that like these training videos start coming out, that's just public information for everybody that wants to come in. Flossing. My God, bro. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Definitely goes a long way for the channel. And I haven't seen my friend over here in quite some time, I might say. I think my guy only really like follows a lot of it during the regular season. But hey, man, it's so good to have you back. Missed you in the live chat. You've definitely missed out on quite a bit. But the good thing is, from my end, is that I am going to be streaming Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST and 5 p.m. EST for the remainder of the year, right? I mean, might take a bit of a vacation after the right after the playoffs are concerned and like the Super Bowl, but a lot more content on my end coming up. So I sincerely appreciate it. I'm seeing a lot of names in here that I haven't seen since last season, and I'm so excited. So absolutely excited to see everybody coming back in and getting excited about our Buffalo Bills. I saw this right in the chat from Mark a bit earlier. And I do want to address it because this is like certainly sad. Huge Dolphins fan just ended up passing away. His name was Gary. Definitely prayers up right to the family. I can only reflect on back when we've lost several Bills fans, right? Like that young man that passed away just a couple of weeks ago. He lost his battle with cancer. Absolutely depressing. And then obviously Pancho Villa as well. So I can imagine, although that when it comes down into having rivalries with other teams, all of us are human beings, and so all of us are loved by God, etc. So I really hope that Gary's family is doing well, and I hope that where he goes next is nothing but absolutely beautiful. Chris 716, what's up? Hey man, Jizzy Fresh, like I said. Great username. Puts a smile on my face. Makes me giggle. Absolutely love it. I'm so freaking excited for training camp. You and me both, man. Like, I mean, I was hoping that we could get, something. But like I said, I think that they're trying to preserve as much discretion as possible while they can. Because we all know how it's going to be next week. Wednesday, Thursday. I have a couple of guests coming in as well next week, which is pretty exciting. Happy hour next week. I'm not sure if you guys watch #sports. It's with my buddy Mario, and Paul also does some segments over there as well, but he's going to be coming on Bills Mafia Happy Hour on Wednesday of next week. And me and him are just really going to dissect everything that happened during training camp. We're going to get his thoughts. The season's here, and I absolutely love it. It's been a while since I saw it live. Good to see you keep up the good work. Flossin, man, my boy, super glad you're back. Yeah, man, most definitely. This offseason, I've been experimenting with exclusive lives I'll be honest with you, I prefer lives because I like engaging with the audience opposed to videos itself. But I might do like a couple of pre-recorded videos during the season. I mean, obviously, I'm going to do my preview video. I'm going to be doing like a bunch of preview live streams, etc. I just prefer this format over those pre-recorded. That's me. That's something in which that my channel has evolved. Is I would much rather stream, much rather give my thoughts raw, ready to go. I do miss some of the cool editing. I do miss some of the cool editing that goes into it. Like, I would say editing is one of my passions when it comes into YouTube. So I do miss that perspective. But wait until you see the stream quality that I'm about to be putting out within the next couple of weeks. I ended up getting this brand new platform. It's going to look very, very good coming up into the season. Wildly happy. Submission Machine is coming in saying, will Von Miller be ready week 1? Submission Machine, likely not. Likely not. My best guess is that he'll probably be put on PUP. Some people are thinking week 4. I'm thinking week 6. Honestly, I'd be fine with saving Von Miller until week 9 against Cincinnati once our gauntlet starts. That's me. Greg Russo had a great season. He did, and we really need him to step up. In fact, that's the title of this video, like Bills players that I think need to desperately step up in 2023. I didn't put Russo up there, but I like his trajectory in which that he's been putting in there. Sorry, I'm late. Spears, you're good, man. You're absolutely good, man. No issue. Flossin, my boy, rolling in, man. Doing his thing, keeping it real. Bobby AG, what's good, everyone? I'm doing well. I hate my brother. He scared me with thinking Josh tore his Achilles in training camp. Well, first thing you should have looked at is that he's not at training camp as of right now, but he will be. He'll be there Tuesday. He'll report and then practice. We'll be good. Rest in peace, Gary. He and Pancho up there talking smack to each other. You know exactly that's how it plays out. Greg Russo was on cover 1 for an hour. I saw that, dude. I see those cover 1 boys really getting a lot of people. Glenn, massive announcement. I did make a lot of you guys moderators on this channel, which is great. I love your help. But the only way I ever want you to block somebody is if somebody gets personal in the chat. If somebody is calling somebody like a racist comment or something like that, something inappropriate, something personal, yeah, you have my full blessing of blocking that person. But all fan bases are welcome in here. If somebody's talking trash about their team, etc., or they're talking trash about the Bills, or they're talking trash about another team, they're doing that. Like, that is 1,000% allowed, 110% allowed. I'm fine with any, regardless of how delusional it is. Glenn's my man. He's the dude. Moderators, massive announcement. Don't block other fan bases unless they get personal. Just how it is. In fact, it's funny because I went on ahead and I had to clean that up last night. So let everybody know, as long as they don't keep it personal, they're completely fine. Mark has joined the support group. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, Mark. Really appreciate that, my friend. Definitely goes a long way. Showing your support, I absolutely love it. And Mark says, I do enjoy watching #sports. Mario's going to be on there. I'm super happy about that. And then we shall see. That's why we picked up Floyd. Glenn's coming in saying that I guess the roundtable is done with the rankings. Roundtable missed the most important ranking, offensive line. Man, I don't think it's over. And so I don't think it's particularly over. I think it's okay. So Master at work, he works 9 to 5, so he can't particularly join all of our day streams. So Colby, who's our other Patriots contributor, he just had some tonsil surgery, so he couldn't speak, and we had no Patriots contributor for that episode. But Glenn, for you, what I will do is I will get on the guys. And I will make sure that we record that video for you. That's my thing. Honestly, Vaughn should wait until week 7 or 8 because week 9, the games get significantly more difficult, and I want him fully healthy. I am 1,010% open. 1,010% open for Vaughn to do this. I really am. Really am. Save it for the gauntlet, right? Let's just hope that Leonard Floyd can be somewhat of an impact. Let's hope that AJ Epinesa continues to sort of take strides. This is also a contract year for this guy as well. And then Greg Russo goes in with his progressions as well, which is great. Dick J, yes. Somebody blocked Glenn. I have no idea who, but somebody did. Hey, Dan, Dolphins go 13-4. Bills go 8-9. Patriots go 7-10. And the Jets just 4. Interesting. Cameron Briglin's coming in and saying James Cook and Gabe Davis need to step up 100%. Yeah, man, most definitely. I actually ended up putting together a nice little slide for all y'all. Nice little slide situation. So there's 3 players I ended up putting out. And then we shall see. Chris is saying, go Bills. Go Bills, brother. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Definitely always a good thing. O-line is going to be the death of the AFC East teams. Starters have to stay healthy and play up to potential, or all 4 teams are going to have a bad time. And so I wouldn't put any of the AFC East offensive lines in the top 10 this year. I could probably even argue I don't even think that I could put any of the AFC East teams' offensive lines in the top 15. That's certainly the AFC East collective weakness, I would say, between that. Rankings are crazy. I would definitely need to go down and do some serious research, because we typically rank all of the teams on the AFC East roundtable. I would really need to look at it because nothing stands out about particularly anybody. My neighbor is a Packers fan. He said the Bills are falling apart. I laugh and change the subject. I feel like that's the narrative. I feel like that's the lazy narrative, right? Just sit back, because you know why? I love when other fan bases come out and, they're all confident and they all know exactly what our team's going to do. But then midway come the season, we always get the last laugh. That's what it seems like. Milky's coming in saying, go Dolphins. Love that. Spears, he's just jealous of the Bills. I love that. Dissy is coming in. What's up, Dan? This is the only live show I actually ring the bell for. Thank you, Dissy. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know that I sincerely appreciate that. Law is coming in saying, not Bills fans, but I rock with you. So go Bills. Law, who is your team, my friend? Have to know. I'm always curious to see what other fan bases come in here. I'm always curious to see what other fan bases roll in. Definitely Dolphins fans come in here. Obviously, Jets fans comes in. A lot of Chiefs, some Bengals, Lions, Niners come in every now and again too. So super curious to hear who you root for, how you found me, and welcome to the family, baby. Make sure that you smash that like button. Super easy way to go on ahead and support the channel. It takes less than a second. It's completely free. And it helps me out tremendously when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. That is the best way to support. 110%. Hopefully, Groot can put up Alex Highsmith numbers this year. I would absolutely love that. I think that this is his year where I feel like he should be at the point in his career where he is fully developed. I'm hoping for a high pressure rate. I'm hoping for 8+ sacks. Same thing with Epinesa. My expectations for him, especially with only 30% of the overall snaps, right? And he still was able to get 6.5 sacks. I'm hoping that we utilize him a bit more. It's a heavy rotation on the defensive line, but I feel like that we have a lot to be excited about from the progression of some of our younger players. They're going up, and I mean, not unless that it was an absolute fluke for both Russo and Epinesa last year. Completely wild. We have Mr. Happy Sack saying that Oliver is overpaid. Me personally, when it comes to Ed Oliver, man, when you look at some of the other contracts that some of those defensive tackles signed, it doesn't seem as bad, although that, there's no comparison when it comes to Quinnen Williams and Ed Oliver, right? So with Williams and Ed Oliver, those are 2 different players. Williams obviously gets the nod right there. I liked that it did create a bit more cap room this year. Did I think that he was worth that much guaranteed? Maybe not, because I think Ed Oliver is more of a player that benefits on who else is on the defensive line with him, right? Ed Oliver being on that D-line doesn't make the players around him better, but the players around Ed Oliver make Ed Oliver better. That is my thought process on him. But hey, dude wanted the bag, and let's hope that he's one of those guys that goes out there and proves everybody, hey, this is why you paid me. I hope it's not the opposite, where dude man just goes out there and he's like, hey, I got paid, I'm just gonna go ahead and slack off. Hope that's not the case, but we'll see. Dan, which Madden 24 cover do you prefer, the normal edition or the deluxe edition? I love the deluxe edition. I love how it portrays Bills Mafia. Actually has real Bills Mafia members in there. Apparently, I think the photo shoot happened in some bar in LA. It just so happened to be a Bills backer bar. It was so cool. It was so cool. You know why the Bills are trash? Because they can't win a Super Bowl. Oh, come on, Milky. Come on, Milky. And so you know what? As soon as when I said moderators don't ban anybody if they're talking crap about a team, Milky took that, ran away with it. She was just like, you know what? I'm going to troll this dude. I'm going to troll this Buffalo Bills content creator. Milky, how old were you when the Dolphins won a Super Bowl? Put that in the chat. Happy Sack. So it's Oliver is not overpaid. I'm sort of perplexed when it comes to Ed Oliver. I do like his upside. I think he has his splash moments, but I'm not saying he's overpaid, right? I think it's slightly more than I would have paid him, but I think it's reasonable. It's not unreasonable by any stretch of the imagination. Other fan bases is welcome on the channel. Absolutely. Please, please. Dan, as we chat and discuss players need to step up, I will be glad to say what about their play needs to improve. I look forward to being on the panel this morning. Absolutely, guys. Listen, new thing on my channel. I've been inviting people on. Here within just, I say a couple of minutes, I'm going to go on ahead and actually put the link right in the live chat so people can actually join and we can discuss a little bit about the topic, which is solid. Buccaneers fan, been subbed. Old news. Law, my boy. I appreciate you, man. I definitely appreciate you. Hey, listen, man, you got your bowl, right? And so you got your Super Bowl, which is super awesome. Curious to see what Baker Mayfield does, right? I mean, I still think his wide receiver weapons could perhaps make him look good, but we'll see. And so I've been watching games from last year, and I know why Allen throws so many interceptions, and I'm surprised he did not throw more interceptions. His arms saved him. His arms saved him from more. I mean, honestly, when it comes to Josh Allen, man, like that's just part of his game. I don't really ever see him seeing a significant improvement when it comes into overall turnovers at the end of the day. But my joke now when people always say like, oh yeah, it's those turnovers, man, like Josh just to clean them up. My recent joke from now has just basically been like, has basically been that he just needs to give you a handicap. And so Josh Allen just needs to give you a handicap because otherwise he go undefeated every single year. So we have to go on ahead, or the Bills would, etc. I say, yeah, dude, like reasonable handicap, you know, like 13 wins last year. Absolutely incredible. I love it. Dizzy, Dan, be honest. What cut do you ask your barber for? Oh, man. And so I'm not even sure why I would lie about that. But my go-to cut, like I've been getting the same haircut for years. It's a mid fade. It's a mid skin fade typically. Goes up, leave a little bit on top so I can do the flow, man. Like I'm a big fan of the fade. Big fan of the fade. And so would you have traded picks or draft picks right to the Vikings for Diggs or kept them to get Jay Jettas? Now, the thing is that Jay Jettas, man, wasn't a guarantee, and not even for the Minnesota Vikings. They had no idea that Justin Jefferson was going to fall to them at that particular pick. I am not trading the Diggs trade whatsoever. I really think, like, when you look at the stats, like, yes, Justin is younger. That's great. But I wouldn't have wanted to risk us not being able to get him at that pick. I am completely fine with Stephon Diggs. First off, having him go in there as well, he was so integral to Josh Allen's development. A rookie wouldn't, like, I mean, he would have been great, but I feel like that Stephon Diggs veteran presence going to the Buffalo Bills helped out Josh Allen a bit more than what Justin Jefferson would have done. Right? So to answer your question, no. Fins be like, you haven't won a Super Bowl. You haven't won a Super Bowl in 40 years. Milky, were you even alive when they won? Craig, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the super sticker right there, man. Definitely a lot of love. Always appreciate what you got going on. And so I was born in 1979, so I think 37. I don't believe you, Milky. I don't believe you, Milky. And so I hope other teams sleep on us, but we have 6-0. That narrative will end. So no Super Bowl wins in your lifetime. Dan, and so other than Diggs, is there a better route running ball catcher gets open than Beasley? Dan, other than Diggs, is there a better route runner ball catcher gets open more than Beasley? Are we talking about Beasley back in his prime, or are we talking about right now? Because as far as route runners, man, there's a lot of them, right? So Devontae Adams, great route runner, amazing route runner. And a sleeper pick, Hunter Renfrow from the Las Vegas Raiders. Absolutely elite route runner. Absolutely elite route runner. He's insane. He's absolutely crazy. Ethan, and so do you think Diggs stays if we don't win the Super Bowl this year? I mean, he's under contract for a couple more years, right, man? He shows up. And first off, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. He's still under contract for a couple more years, man. Like, he's showing up to training camp this year and like he's getting an absolute bag. He's getting like, I think it's like 18 to 20 million deposited into his bank account immediately the second that he shows up. And that figure goes up. We don't have an out, or he doesn't have an out like on that contract, I believe, until 2025, 2026. So no, I definitely don't think that that's the case, because honestly, when it comes down to it, what other teams out there would have the cap room and are actually contenders that would put him in a better situation, right? That's my thought process. So I don't particularly think that that's something that we should be thinking that's going to happen. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to get to the content real fast so we can start making some moves. Worst case scenario, say that we go a little bit over today. It's okay, because I just love talking football and I'm in one of those moods today. Okay, so we have this situation going on. I just want to go through the chat a little bit more, see what people have to say. And so he would look down on a receiver, then look off receiver for a second, then come back to receiver. He was looking down, did not give safety a chance to change direction. It's funny because with Josh Allen, man, really with any single weakness that he's demonstrated, like core weaknesses, like for a while, like the narrative one off season was Josh Allen couldn't connect on a long ball, right? That next season he came back, he worked on it, and boom, like he was connecting left and right with the long ball. First couple of years, it was his accuracy. As far as his completion percentage, gradually ended up going into like where a quarterback should be in the NFL. So I have confidence that I'm sure that he probably already knows that as far as going through his progressions. I feel like it didn't help that our offensive line probably didn't give him the most confidence on the face of the planet. But we'll see. Why do people care about the interception so much? Mahomes had 12 and Burrow. It comes with airing the ball out. Burrow had 14 in 2021. Me personally, I don't care. And so I really don't even care. What you think about Josh and Haley Steinfeld? Good for him, man. It's my quarterback. He's pulling actresses now. Josh needs to throw 30-plus touchdowns this season to be the only quarterback in NFL history to do it in 4 straight seasons. Could happen, right? Why do people care about the interception so much? Okay, I already read that about Chris. The Bills won 2 championships before it was called the Super Bowl. Will the Bills win the Super Bowl next year? It's going to be in Vegas. Dude, I hope every year we do, but it's any given Sunday, it's any given year. And so Kupp's a great route runner too. Very good route runner as well. But I'll tell you what, dude, y'all are sleeping. Y'all are absolutely sleeping on Hunter Renfrow. Okay, so now it comes down into the Buffalo Bills players that I think need to step up tremendously in 2023, right? So we can make it to the promised land in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. Number one, this guy right here, Gabe Davis. Okay. Last year, I feel like that there was quite a bit of pressure on this man to become the second look for Josh Allen, his second option, his absolute favorite. And the problem was, allegedly, he was battling through an injury and he just couldn't quite be the wide receiver 2 that we needed, because we all wanted to see the Gabe Davis from that divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs just 2 years ago. Guy that was absolutely dominating, knocking it out. But unfortunately, last year wasn't quite the same, right? Struggled with the drop scenarios. I look back and I think about the Cincinnati Bengals playoff game. I look back in the Cincinnati and so the Bengals playoff game where like he dropped a deep ball right through the damn bread basket. I feel like too much pressure was on this guy, right? I feel like way too much pressure was on this guy, but I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic now that we actually have a credible player that's going to be coming out of the slot, one more pass catching target for Josh Allen. Maybe now Dawson Knox is going to be able to actually, maybe Dawson Knox is going to be able to like not have to completely focus on blocking on the offensive line, where Gabe Davis can now transition over into a wide receiver 3, which during that playoff game against Kansas City in 2021, that's what he was. And that's what he was those years before, where he was the toe touch swag sort of guy. I feel like that he needs to definitely step up. And I feel that now that the overall responsibility isn't where it was in the past, I feel like that he's going to do a hell of a lot better. Hopefully he's through that injury too when it comes down to it. Number 2, this guy. This dude right here, Spencer Brown. Okay. Now, I do want to give him some credit. Okay. He's not a bad run blocker, right? He's not a bad run blocker. But the past couple of years, right? When did the Buffalo Bills, when did you leave a Buffalo Bills game for the past 2 to 3 years where we walked out and we were like, damn, we ran the damn ball. We ran the damn ball that game. No, not at all. I'm hoping this is different because I feel like that a solid run game is important for us, particularly. So we can take off a lot of pressure off of Stephon Diggs and our pass game, Josh Allen in particular. Run blocking, Spencer Brown does his thing. He's solid. It's pass blocking, which is wildly atrocious. I feel like a few weeks ago when we were going through film, anytime that the offensive line just completely broke down, I would say 60% of the clips that we found, it was due to Spencer Brown. So I think that I'm not really sure how we can improve. I hope that he just woke up this season. He goes into training camp and all of a sudden he's somewhat of a proficient pass blocker. I like the depth that's behind him now, which is great. So maybe say that it doesn't work out. Then we have somebody else that can fill that role. But I just want to see nothing astronomical, because honestly, I'm thinking about that he needs to slightly improve and just make it happen. I don't know. Spencer Brown is what it is, man. That's my guy. That's my second pick. Third pick's coming right up. I love Dan. And y'all, you are the best, and I've been watching for 35 years, ever since before the 4 Super Bowls. Mr. Happy Sack, I appreciate that. Good pick. This is a mountain of a man, and he needs to assert his authority. I like what you did there. His authority. Absolutely. It's Spencer Brown. He has the size. Whether or not that it's a mechanical issue, I just think that our offensive line coach really needs to spend some time with this guy. And figure out what his issue is, right? Because we need him, frankly. You need a guy of that size on and so the right tackle position to make that work. Number 3 is Trey White. Okay. Now, last year, I thought he did pretty solid for only playing a little bit of last season. Now, this is no fault to his own, but this is something that I think needs to be absolutely crucial, because I feel like everybody on earth, particularly the media, and then also other fan bases have forgotten that this guy has existed. Of course, he tore his ACL on Thanksgiving just 2 years ago, and maybe he may never be back to 100%. But we need this guy to be back to at least 85% of what he used to be. Because you look at our schedule, we have some pretty wild wide receiver ones we're going up against this year, right? Some wild wide receiver ones. We have Tyreek Hill. We have Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce, tight end, obviously. We have A.J. Brown against the Eagles, CeeDee Lamb on the Dallas Cowboys. I think Garrett Wilson's about to do very well this year. There's a lot of star-studded wide receiver cores that the Buffalo Bills are going up against this year. So we need this guy to come back into true form. I am completely fine and I'm completely happy that we have our safety tandem back. That's going to help tremendously. I love Taron Johnson. He's not hyped up enough, in my sincerest opinion. He's not hyped up enough, but we need our lockdown CB1. We need our lockdown CB1 almost immediately. Need him back. So I think that Trey White sort of concludes my list overall. And we'll see what's going on with that. Really, that is my overall take of every single player that I think needs to desperately step up. Now, one thing I do want to say for everybody, go on ahead and write in the chat who you think needs to desperately step up this year for us to have a successful season, make it to the promised land. Who did I miss? Let me talk. I'm trying to get to this. YouTube studio is acting weird. Okay, yeah. I am putting in the live chat link right now. Bang, bang. Perfect. So like I said, guys, listen, what I just did is I just ended up putting the live chat link in into the stream link right in the live chat. Say, for example, that you want to join. You want to tell me, hey, this is the player that needs to step up, or you have any other takes or any other further comments. Please click that link, and then you will be brought right in here with me. Let's try to keep these short, guys. Like, I'm going to try and keep it about like a minute and a half to 2 minutes when it comes into it, because I want to make sure that everyone gets in. Past couple of streams, there's been a lot of people. So I just want to make sure that everyone gets their fair shot. We already got Jizzy Fresh coming in talking about that. What's up, Jacob?
Can I make a response to the Dolphins?
Of course, Jacob. Of course. What's your take?
So the Dolphins won 2 Super Bowls, right?
Yep.
The Bills won 2. The Bills won 2 championships before the Super Bowl.
The 2 AFL championships before the Super Bowl was commenced, right? See, the thing is that, like, I'm proud of that as well, but I think the only way to really quiet them down is that we need to win a Super Bowl here. Hopefully it's this year, bud. Hopefully it's this year. But I am also very proud of those AFL championships as well.
I want to say something about the Jets.
Okay.
They might have Aaron Rodgers. At least our team name is not a lie.
You're right. You're right. They do play in New Jersey. They do play in New Jersey. As a matter of fact, biggest lie on the face of the planet. Nothing frustrates me more than when I turn on ESPN and they try ranking the New York teams. And the list should just be one.
I have a good one for the Patriots.
Let's go. Talk to me. Love laughing at my division rival's expense. Let's do it.
I know we never won a Super Bowl, but we never cheated.
You're right. Nothing but honesty. Nothing but honesty over. Hey, man, like I said, I do want to keep this short, but before I let you go, who's the one Bills player that you think needs to step up this year?
I think the O-line does.
The entire O-line.
Yeah.
Listen, that's not a bad take at all, my friend. That's not a bad take at all. But the good thing is, wow. And so the good thing is that as far as offensive lines are concerned. Sorry, I'm absolutely just shocked. Steph, I love you. Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
I might sound crazy, but I think Dalton Kincaid is going to be better than Travis Kelce this year.
This year, dude, that's a hot take, my friend. That right there is an absolute hot take. Me, I have a lot of confidence for the guy, and I think I would love to see him become the first tight end to ever win offensive rookie of the year. It's never been done, but if the hype is real, the hype is real. Dude, Jacob, go Bills, my friend, and see you keep grinding on that YouTube channel. And I look forward to watching your fun Friday on Friday as well, brother. All right?
Yeah. I will be live at 12. Go Bills.
Go Bills, buddy. See you soon. Love that kid. First off, Steph, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Always coming on here, always showing your support. I've missed you. I hope you enjoyed your summer. I've been seeing so many people in the chat that have just been enjoying their summer, right? Haven't been here during the off season. I get it. We all need off seasons. It's so nice to see all of you guys come back. I know all of us are absolutely excited about it. Steph, that was mind-blowing. Thank you so much for the love and support. I love coming on here. I absolutely love coming on here and doing my best to entertain you guys during this offseason and leading up into training camp. You are going to be seeing a lot of Dan Mitchell this season. In fact, starting next week, that's when it starts. I mean, every day you're going to be seeing some form of Dan Mitchell when it comes to NFL and Buffalo Bills content. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That goes a long way. You are so sweet. She's so cool. I love Steph. Mark, what's up, man?
Good morning, Dan. I'm going to keep this to a minute and a half so you can get on all your callers. So let me go ahead and run through. First of all, Gabe Davis needs to improve. 48 catches, 834, 8 touchdowns, but 93 targets. That means it's a 54.6% catch rate, which is not good enough. He needs to bring that up to 65 to 68% based on the patterns that he runs. Next, Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown has to be able to do much better with bendy edge rushers because the moment they get the bend on him, he doesn't get his footwork straightened out quickly enough. And also he has propensity to be able to be pulled down on running plays. He could be a potentially dominant run blocker. I have concerns over the pass protection. Number 3, let's address trade. Oh, go ahead.
So let me stop you on Spencer Brown. In your opinion, is that something that you think that's just something that is impossible to see a significant improvement on? Or do you think it could be coached out of? Or it could be
part of it is last year he had no training camp because he had the back injury, so he wasn't really anywhere near his best self until getting to the last 4 or 5 games of the season last year. But again, I don't know if it's a foot problem because he is tall and he has an issue with being able to deal with quick footwork. So if a guy fakes inside, bends outside, he tends to get a little bit lost. And can you fix that problem? Is that a coaching correction? I honestly don't know. I hope to see Cromer try to correct it, but that's why they brought in Brandon Shell. Number 3, you were talking about Trey White. I've heard reports, and that's all I've heard, is he looked magnificent in mini camps or OTAs and mini camps. Let's see if he's back to the Trey White that he is. Boogie Basham is another one of my candidates. He hasn't proven he can set the edge. He's only had 2.5 sacks per year. The snaps are at 30, I think at 38%. It's not enough. He's either got to step up in training camp or I can see him being traded before the end of training camp. I'll mention quickly Dan Quisenberry. His feet are like concrete. He needs to be traded. 7th round pick is fine. I don't care if it's 2025, 2026. Just get him off this roster. Period. End of statement. Naheem Hines. Again, his improvement level is more integration and proper understanding of how to set up the blockers on the short passing plays. And I think it's a Ken Dorsey issue to get him passes out on the swing passes like the Chargers and Coryell used to do with Lionel James, Gary Anderson, et cetera, et cetera. Let's see if there's anybody else I can think of off the top of my head. Offensive, nope, nobody at tight end. All good at linebacker. I had Basham. Oh, and I do want to see a little bit of step up from Dane Jackson. I think his coverage last year for about 4 or 5 games was a little spotty. I think he's at best a, like the third cornerback. I'm not counting Teron Johnson because he's a slot. He's a very specific player. I think he probably moves to QB5, and I see him as a potential trade candidate because I happen to like Alec Austin, and I'm going to be watching that battle very closely. And I think that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
And so I definitely know that you're a big Alex Austin guy. And one thing I'm very excited about doing, because I did end up sort of investing in like NFL Plus, where it does have all of the film review. That's half the reason why I'm so excited about the preseason, because I want to see some of these young guys. I want to see some of these.
That's amazing. I have that. I have like the all 22. I watch the games live, and then I watch the all 22, and I start to focus on very specific players and their technique.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, definitely during these preseason games, I'll definitely probably have you on a couple of things as well, because like I said, I just got into film review 3 or 4 months ago, and I'm trying to learn, and it seems like you would be a great guy to ask. So
I also am available if you ever want to co-host, ask questions about the league. I study the NFL. I just do a lot of things in life, and if you ever want me down as a co-host to answer questions, I'm always there for you.
Of course, most definitely. Hey, listen, Mark, I appreciate you, man. You enjoy the rest of your day, and go Bills.
I will see you this afternoon.
Yes, sir. See ya. Mark's a great guy, but let me tell you something about my girl, Steph. All right. Not only did she send me another one, you know how I am. Love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Your support literally blows my mind. She also sent another one. Okay, last one. Go Bills. Steph. Oh, Steph, you know what? I really hope for mine and your sake, right, that we absolutely have an incredible season this year, right? I'm getting so I feel like anytime the Bills lose, I'm afraid to go on Twitter. I'm afraid to go on Twitter and just get drowned with the negativity. It's absolutely terrible. But this is the year. I'm feeling it. It's got to be the year. It's got to be the year, man. Let's talk about it. Steph, thank you. I really don't know how I can repay you. I really don't know how I could repay you with all of your generosity. I love it. One thing I can say is that this year is about to be wildly, wildly entertaining. There's about to be a lot of content and a lot of quality stuff, which is good. So I hope that can make it happen. And she does say that I am her first Bills YouTuber. Absolutely love it. And so I'm on the West Coast, Las Vegas local for 27 years. It's time. How good would that be? Your very first Buffalo Bills Super Bowl would be in your hometown. Absolutely wild. Ethan, long time no see, brother. How have you been?
I'm good, man. Just chilling.
Yeah, what you got for me today, man? Yeah. What's on your mind?
You're talking about the player that needs to step up.
Yeah. We talked about Gabe Davis, talked about Spencer Brown, and Trey White. Is there anybody else that's on your mind?
I mean, I was thinking Allen, honestly. Not too much, not too much, but there's some moments last year where I was a little mad at what he was doing.
Yeah, man. Well, one thing I did say, and so I think it was from my buddy Glenn, who's a Dolphins fan, who was in the chat a little bit earlier. There's definitely things that he can improve on his game, but I'm not sure if you remember for the past couple of years, there's always a narrative surrounding Josh. One year was hey, he can't hit the deep ball, but then the next year he comes out and he's just almost automatically connecting. Then it was his accuracy issues, right? And then he ended up coming out there and getting that completion percentage up to where it needed to be. So what specifically upset you? Was it the turnovers?
Yeah, especially the ones that were in bigger games that season.
It's frustrating.
If he's doing it against if he's doing it against some team the Dolphins, it doesn't matter because we're gonna win those games anyway.
Yeah.
But interceptions against those big teams, it's frustrating, I would say.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is that I think when it comes to turnovers, that just goes to tell you that like that's like the sort of quarterback that you have, and we just have a gunslinger. You know what I mean? It's the way that he plays, and the way that he plays that's giving us like those absolute wow moments. Like, how the hell did he pull that off? You're not going to get that from like a Derek Carr or like somebody that's just like a 6-7 yard. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love for Josh to like just keep it in the single digits next year as far as interceptions and like the single digits in like overall fumbles. But shit, I don't know. Where are you from, man? You live in Buffalo?
I moved from Buffalo to Virginia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You get sick of the snow or something like that? You wanted to get out?
Yeah, my parents did.
Your parents did, dude. Same story, man. Same story, dude. My dad moved me down to South Carolina when I was like 13 years old. So yeah. He said that he was never in a driveway ever again.
Yeah, we moved when I was like maybe 5, so I was pretty early, but we go back every year.
And so how old are you now?
15.
Hey man, listen, like, I mean, I'm just so glad that like your childhood at least has been filled with like actual good Bills football, because say you're frustrated now, man, like say you're frustrated now, like imagine like living your entire childhood during the drought. That was
true.
Like
dude,
back
like
in the day, dude, like in school, man, like back when I was 13 years old and like I moved to South Carolina and people would ask me like who my favorite NFL team was, like they would just like feel bad for me. Like they like wouldn't even talk trash. Like they would just look at me like I was like some wounded puppy, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky, but up until I was like 11, like whenever Josh joined the Bills, I was when it got good. But before that, I cried every season. So.
Oh, well, hey man, listen. Hopefully this year we can actually make it to the promised land. But yo, Ethan, man, listen, I really appreciate you coming in, man. Glad to see that you're back from the off season. Like I said, dude, have a lot of really exciting content on the way. And once again, dude, I really appreciate you supporting as always.
Of course, no problem, man. You have a good one.
Yeah, bro. See you soon. Peace. The guy with hands down the best YouTube username I've ever seen in my entire life. Ever. What's going on, bro?
Yo ho, brother man. What's
up,
dude?
Brother man. Where are you calling from right now, man? I see you on your patio.
Buffalo, bro.
Oh shit. Where from?
Tonawanda.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yes,
I'm back in the day, I was a Hamburg guy, man. That was my
Okay.
neck of the woods, the village, man, you know?
Yeah.
How's life, man? What's on your mind, man? What's on your mind?
I think whoever is going to be running the Dwayne Johnson, that's The Rock. Get it?
That's it. Okay.
Whoever's running The Rock has the most pressure on him, you know?
Got you. Now, okay, since you put that out there, this is interesting because I've had this debate and like people are like set on the fact that they think that James Cook is going to be RB1. I'm on the team where I think not that it's going to be a significant difference in overall touches, but I'm thinking Damian Harris is going to be the guy just due to his running style, etc. I sort of want to hear your thought on that, or do you think it's more so like of a committee this year?
I think it's going to be a joint.
It's going to be joint?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see some double out of the backfield.
And so a double out of the backfield. That
also Kincaid is going to be key, I think, this year.
See, really what I need to see from that guy is that we all know that like McDermott, like slowly but surely introducing rookies into the system. Same thing with Dorsey, it seems, although that we've only seen one damn year. But we need that. We need that because I'm not sure about you. Like my biggest thing last year that shocked me, that when I watched TV and I was like, this is not the Buffalo Bills I know, was our lack of, red zone efficiency.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was really weird because back in the day, 2021, 2020, man, we make it to the red zone. Like I was
almost guaranteed.
I can go out like for a walk and I would know like once I came back, there was, points 7 on the board almost immediately. Like half of that reasoning behind it was just because we didn't have a slot guy. And I'm hoping Kincaid is that dude, right?
He's going to be huge, dude. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Like second that we got Kincaid, like I really didn't care if
it was one of these. I'm like, what? Oh,
Right?
shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. How many games you going to this year? You normally go to every one?
Trying to get disability right now. Going on 4 years in November. They're kind
Okay.
of dicking me around, but
Hey, man. Best
money's
of
a
luck
little
on that.
tight, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, man. Definitely best of luck on that. I'm sorry to see you're having so much trouble.
It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of, well, like, I mean, worst case scenario, dude. Like, I mean, like back in the day, dude, like, I love going to games.
Oh,
Don't
me
get me
too.
wrong. Like, I love sitting in the stadium and watching it. But dude, there's been so many times where like I've been there and I've been tailgating and like I just sell my ticket and I go to Big Tree or like I go to whatever and I just watch the game on TV.
Right.
Yeah, like last time I was up there, man, like I was seeing a girl at the time. She was born in South Carolina. It was the Dolphins game last year when it was like snowing all over the
okay.
place. It was like
Oh,
20
God.
degrees. And so I look over at the girl, bro, and that girl has been like, she was so miserable. I could see it in her eyes. I was like, okay, we're gonna go to Big Tree and watch the rest of this. Like, I know you
Poor
can't.
thing. Right.
Fucking A, dude. Jizzy Fresh, listen, man, I really appreciate you rolling on, dude.
I
As always.
appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Chat.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And you are always welcome on, dude. Like I said,
Thank you.
I'm doing a lot of these call-in shows. The homie. We'll see you.
Deuces.
Doses. That's the homie right there. Very, very intriguing username. I loved it. Always gave me a laugh. Great, dude. And you know what? I love seeing new people on this show, man. I really do. Like people that come in, want to talk a little bit. But it's funny, like I don't see Milky coming on here. And so I don't see Milky rolling on here, right? She's sitting here trying to say, oh, well, like she's moved on over to the Patriots now. And so I think she said something about like that, like Dan would lose in a fist fight to TD. Dude, it's a big dude, man. He's like 6'3". 6'3", big dude. You know what I mean? Of course, bro. Come on, man. Chris, what's going on, man?
Hey, Dan.
Leafs and a Bills guy. So I'm assuming you must be outside of Toronto.
Yeah, I live downtown Toronto.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, but the traffic here it's crazy, man.
So nightlife is cool, though. I've heard.
Oh yeah.
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 And so how old are you?
You down here, honestly.
And so how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay,
Turning
nice.
25 in January.
Okay, nice, most definitely. You moved there for a job, I'm assuming?
No, I lived here in Toronto my whole life.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
And so the downtown area, man, is sick. I haven't been there since I was like 12 or 13. So like I really couldn't experience like the nightlife portion, but I went there for a Jays game, like back when I was like a kid. And from what I remember, it was just like an absolutely awesome city. I'm hoping that I could actually make it up there when I'm going up to Buffalo for a couple of games this year, like just make like a day trip out of it and stuff. But I hear it's yeah. And so I
plan on going to the Bills game this year, maybe the Dolphins game or the Raiders game with a couple of my buddies. So last time I went was back in 2016 when we played the Niners, and Shady ran all over those guys, man.
Listen, man, as long as you guys ended up going on ahead and getting a dub, go, because, man, for a while, last year was my first game back where we actually left with a win. Like there was 5 games in a row where I went to and we lost every single one of them. And I was like, okay, I'm cursed. I'm like, I am not going to be within a 100-mile radius of the Buffalo Bills when they play, because obviously I'm bad luck. But once we ended up walking out with a win, I think the curse has been reversed. So I think the next 4 wins, I should be all right. What's on your mind about the team, man? You have any concerns or anything along those lines? Talk to me.
Instead of players, maybe position groups.
Okay.
Well, first the O-line. Honestly, man, the O-line was atrocious last year. It was just horrible to watch.
Yeah.
Josh Allen under pressure 24/7. You got bums as backups. Like it was, oh my God, man. That Bengals game, I wanted to throw up, man. It was terrible.
Yeah, is that right? Dude, it was it's rough. Honestly, Mark, who was on here a little earlier, like he's been preaching the amount of depth that we've been able to add to this offensive line.
I like what we did this offseason with the O-line. I really do.
Me too. I think like the biggest liability is Spencer Brown. I love Deion Dawkins, right? But for some reason, and chat, definitely feel free to chime in here as well. Like definitely feel free to chime in here as well. I feel like he hasn't been the same player since he had like that spin with COVID. It's what I'm talking about.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like when like he was just like sick. Like I feel like he hasn't been the same caliber of player. And sometimes he still has good games sometimes, but like sometimes you can see that he's struggling. So like the tackle situation is interesting. I feel better about guard now that Saffold is as far away from this organization as possible. So that's definitely ideal. But as far as the offensive line, man, I just really need us. I really, really need us to just protect our damn man, right? Like protect our damn dude, right? Spencer Brown solid at run blocking. Hopefully now that we have like some credible running backs on this roster that we're going to do it a bit more. We're just going to have to see because it's been such an issue for us. But the good thing is that the rest of the division shares our same struggle because I'm pretty sure not a single offensive line in the AFC East is like in the top 15.
No, I can't even name you anyone on Miami's O-line. That one is bad. Like who else? Hunt? Who else they got there?
Well, they did have Shell, but now he's with us.
Oh, Armstead. They got Armstead. They got one guy there.
Yeah, they have Armstead when he's healthy enough to play. But I'd say the biggest difference right between us and Miami, is we did address our offensive line this offseason.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
They didn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't touch it at all. And apparently that was their biggest concern was protecting to us. So we'll see.
I know you want to do this pretty short here, so I'll just give you one more position group.
Do it.
I'm going to say receiver because you saw by the end of last season, we had to pick up John Brown and Cole Beasley again. So,
yep.
And I really like what we did this offseason to address that.
Me too. I mean, I like Sherfield. I think he was underutilized over in Miami. Hardy's a boss. I mean, he's a short king, but he's fast, which is solid.
I think Shakir's going to break out, man.
Man, I hope so. I really, really hope so. My biggest red flag about Shakir last year was that he was readily available.
Yeah.
But then what we did was that we went on ahead and we brought in Beasley. And then Beasley started that next game when the game was 3 or 4 days away. So my biggest red flag is I was just like, does the coaching staff not trust this guy? And so are we seeing are they seeing things in practice that we're not seeing out? But me too, man. Super excited about him. Great receiver out of Boise State. Mm-hmm. So we need it. If not, like I said, just look at Dalton Kincaid like your glorified slot receiver and all will be well.
He's going to be the X factor this year, man. I think he's going to ball out. I know not a lot of rookie tight ends usually ball out their rookie season, right? But I think it's going to be different with Kincaid, man. Especially having him and Knox on the fields together at the same time. It's pretty crazy.
And so, I mean, when Kincaid came in, he's coming from a pro-style offense out of college, right? Yeah. So it's not going to be much of a learning curve because Utah runs a very similar offense to how the Bills do. Mm-hmm. Spread, ready to go. So I feel like we'll be all right. I love Kincaid.
Yeah, I love that pick.
Absolutely. All right, Chris. Yo, man, I really appreciate you. I got a couple more people I want to get in here.
Yeah, and, no problem.
Yeah, we'll go from there. See ya.
Right. See you, Dan.
See ya. What's up, Milky?
What's up? I gotta say something.
Talk to me.
Those Bills are pretty horrible. I can tell you. Why y'all won the Super Bowl? Well, I can say y'all ain't won the Super Bowl. Y'all lost straight to the Cowboys twice in the Super Bowl. If I can remember that.
Twice. Oh yeah, we did. We also lost to the Redskins and we lost to the Giants. I feel like all we're missing is just losing to the Eagles and we'll perform the full NFC East sweep.
Exactly. And then y'all got to get rid of Josh Allen just for y'all to win.
Josh Allen, come on, Milky. Come on.
Yeah,
Milky.
Josh Allen, because he's going to get hurt this year by running too much like he was running last year. He was running and he's been taking hits.
Milky, I will tell you what. So I will say, first off, super nice to meet you, by the way. Where are you from?
Miami. I live in Miami.
I love Miami. So I was supposed to be there, and so I was supposed to be there next week. Fortunately, it didn't work out. Normally I stay in Brickell. Love that place. It's my area. It's awesome. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. Me personally, so I think Josh Allen. I feel like 30 other teams in the NFL would cut their left arm off to have him as their quarterback for that organization.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But I can say we made the playoffs with Ryan Tannehill back in 2017, and then when we got rid of him, we ain't made it since.
Yeah. Super curious to see what he does with his career and everything like that. But like, let me ask you this right before. If we were to send you over Josh Allen for Tua, would you take it?
Maybe, but probably.
I knew it. No.
But probably won't take it.
Not you, Milky. No. Hey, listen, I love the rivalry. And so I love the rivalry in here. Like I said, like I welcome all fan bases in here, and you are more than welcome to come on anytime you want. Funny that you know TD. I love TD. It's my boy. He's in Key West right now. I was supposed to be hanging out with him this week, but so you watched the round table as well, or no?
Yeah, I've been watching round table too.
That's some good stuff. Milky, listen, it was great meeting you. You're welcome on the stream anytime. Love having other fan bases. I definitely hope that you guys go on ahead and have a good season, but not better than the Buffalo Bills.
Hey, I got 0-17 for y'all.
See you soon, Milk.
All right, see you
later. Love that. Jaden, what's up, dude?
What's up, Dan?
Chilling, my friend. What is on your mind, bro? Who's got to step up, or do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Haven't really made it to much of the stream, so I don't really know what's going on with training camp.
Yeah, dude, you and me both. Like, honestly, like I'm this close to like hiring somebody to try and like maybe dress as a janitor and like going up, whatever. Honestly, like here's probably a pretty solid strategy. If we all go through LinkedIn right now, like let's see if we can find like the custodial staff on LinkedIn that works at St. John's Fisher and see if we can get a mole, right? Like find someone that works the grounds, like find like an RA that like runs the building where the Bills are currently staying, because I'm pretty sure they stay in dorms. Yeah, dude, that's actually a brilliant strategy. Comb through LinkedIn, find the employees over at St. John Fisher and figure out if we can find a mole. All right.
That's too much effort.
Pay good money. In fact, what I'll do is I will take Step Super Chats and bribe that employee to tell me what's going on. But no, I know that rookies reported yesterday, but it's been nothing since. Wednesday is going to be some big news, or like that's like when practices actually start and we can start watching like highlights, like reels, etc. But I don't know, man. Like really today, we were just talking about like veterans, like who need to step up. Mine was Gabe Davis and then Spencer Brown, obviously. I mean, really the entire offensive line. And then same with Trey White. So 3 biggest things that we need.
I mean, I'm hoping with Vaughn still not going to be able to be ready by week 1.
Yeah.
Rizzo can be that impact player on that D line, or maybe even Ed Oliver finally steps up after his contract. And we just paid him.
See, I feel like it's a mixed bag when players get the bag, right? It's definitely a mixed bag because like sometimes like you get that player that goes out there and be like, I'm going to show you why I'm worth that much. But then you also get players that just get, like complacent with
like Russell Wilson.
Exactly. Like they get complacent and they stop playing. So I'm curious about that, but I have high expectations for Rousseau. I have high expectations for Epinesa since he had 6.5 sacks and he only played like 30% of the snaps. That's impressive. And then Leonard Floyd. Me personally, man, like I do not want to have Vaughn back until at the latest
midseason.
And so, I mean, earliest, like week 6, earliest. Like say that it was up to me. I wouldn't want Vaughn to come back until week 9 against Cincinnati. That's me. Because I feel like we can go without it, because back in the day when we had an absolute elite secondary, but our pass rush was subject, we were still a dominant team because our secondary would bail us out. I think we have a couple of pieces on the defensive line that can be productive, but at the same time still win us several games and bring back our heavy hitter Vaughn when, first off, he almost has a full year of recovery, and he's ready to damn go against Cincinnati, Philly, Kansas City, and then 2 other very tough divisional games. I would much, much rather him wait until 9. That's me.
Yeah, the only weird things I have on the defense right now is what are we doing with Taylor Rapp? Is he going to be slotted into like a big nickel position, or is he just kind of a safety net?
I think so, man. Honestly, when you get a safety like that guy, like he could start for several teams in the NFL right now. I think that now, since we're without like a solidified middle linebacker at this point, don't be surprised if you do see that like nickel like go into there, or like 3 safety sets, because we're gonna have to really change up our scheme now. Because Edmonds is not out there right now. Like we're gonna have to change up our scheme. So like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a lot of 3 safety sets out there, and we just let, like Dan Milano just run away with it. Maybe Dorian Williams. Like our linebacker core right now, like the way that McDermott looks at it is that he's just like, yo, like these are just very strong DBs. That's how he's looking at them right now. Like he's just like, need them in pass coverage. And he's hoping that Puna Ford on the defensive line is just going to do enough where we stop the run in its tracks when it comes.
Dude's just a big body down there.
Yeah, exactly. Just like cross our fingers that some of these players are going to be able to, stop the damn run and make it happen. But I'm super excited about it. I think McDermott has a lot to prove this year. I'm glad that he made Eric Washington a co-head coach as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's going to need some help. I don't want him to be like overly focused on one job over the other. But yeah, I don't know, man. What are the plans for today, bro? What you doing?
Half day of work and then leave for camping.
Oh yeah, I remember you were telling me that. That's sick. Half day.
Ooh.
Half day, man. Dude, well,
Yeah.
hey. And so I'll tell you what, man, listen, safe travels, have a good time. Have a great time. Like I love camping personally, but like where I'm at right now, it's like 93 degrees. It's definitely not right now.
Yeah, we're having to travel a bit to find a place that's not 100 degrees out here.
Yeah, well, hey man, listen, best of luck, and just make sure you have your bear spray out there, bro. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And so you got that bear spray, bro.
Get a big old horn.
Right? Yeah, something. It's all right, man. You enjoy your vacation, and we'll see you here in a bit.
Yeah, have a good one, Dan.
Deuces, man. Peace. The man, the myth, the legend. All right, ladies and gents, thank you again so much for tuning in to yet another edition of Don Mafia Live. Had some great guests, had some very, very generous. First off, let's just go on ahead and just give a giant shout out to all of the generosity of all of you guys who come in. Phil Lawson started it off with a 20. Thank you so much. Mark became a member, joined the Don Mafia. I really appreciate that. That works out. Craig Ellsworth came in with a $10 super chat sticker, which is amazing. Ethan, who we just talked to, my boy, he said $10, excuse me. I already read it. What was going on? And then Steph coming in with her absolute generosity. That Vegas money up in there, baby. You already know that. 3 $100 donations. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And then Mr. Happy Sack rolled in as well. Just giving you some cash for the entertainment I get from the live chats. Go Bills. Listen, guys, I really appreciate each and every single one of you. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out. And I will be live for Bills Mafia Happy Hour today at 5 p.m. EST. Love y'all. We'll see you later. Deuces.